BBN Fan Show. I'm here with my man BC. I'm Big Mike, and we are here to have a good time tonight on the show. Do we got some things to talk about? Oh, come on. You know what time it is. We got some things to talk about tonight. So come on in, kick back, relax, get your drinks, and we're gonna have a little small family reunion here on a Monday night before Monday night football comes on. BC, how was your weekend, man?
Man, you know what? Kentucky, Kentucky took a L, as you know.
Yeah.
But Sunday, my Broncos won, my Titans won. So
Oh,
the weekend got a little better. It was my little girl's birthday,
oh,
but
okay.
it was a good weekend. We went 2 for 3 in sports in football.
Well,
So
that's one of the things you can't take for granted. I I I take the small wins when I can. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
The Titans won, so I
yeah,
guess
got
we
the first
okay.
win.
They got their first win. Well, guess what I did this weekend, BC?
What's up?
I got to see Carl Anthony Towns play. I got to see Maxi play,
Really?
and I got to see Justin Edwards play. I flew to Abu Dhabi for the NBA Abu Dhabi game.
Man, look at you,
Yeah,
man. You just
yeah,
missed the world wide open.
dude. We got to fly out and seeing those guys play was
Nice.
amazing, bro. Yeah. So that was a really good game, man. It was like all kind of people there, bro. Steve Harvey, Keith Sutherland, Oscar. I think it's Oscar Robertson. I think he's still living, right? I don't want to.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
O
So
still living.
yeah, Big O. So Big O was there. Jalen Rose was there. Not Jalen Rose, but D Rose was there.
Uh-huh.
Uh, all those big guys for sure, man. Fat Joe performed at halftime, which I didn't know he was going to perform. Yeah, it was
Really?
just lean back,
Lean.
lean back. So I was just like, this guy don't even look like you, Big Mike. He was like
Man.
leaning back. So yeah, so
Huh.
I flew out. I flew out
Nice.
Thursday, and the game was Thursday night, and then I hung out. And bro, I got to go to Ferrari World. Every time that I've been, well, I've only been to Abu Dhabi once, but
Uh-huh.
the first time I went, I didn't get to, I didn't go to Ferrari World, but this time I went, and it was, man, it was an amazing time, bro. I had to wait in line for 3 hours for a 35-second ride. So I rode but I told myself, I said, look, dude, you don't know when you're coming back to Abu Dhabi again, right? But it's the fastest
Hmm.
roller coaster in the world. And
Whoa.
it's so I didn't realize it, but they shoot you off in the roller coaster on like the catapult, like they shoot off jets on an aircraft carrier. So that's what makes it so fast. And it was just like the G's that hit you when it takes off. It's just like it just shoots you out of there and you're gone. So
Man, I would
I was like,
love
look,
that.
I was like, look, I done paid the money. I don't know when I'm coming back to Abu Dhabi again. I gotta go and I gotta ride this ride no matter how long it waits. But it was a long ride, but I'm glad that I got it over with.
How
But
long
Abu
was the
Dhabi,
ride?
huh?
How long was the ride?
Ride was about maybe well I say maybe about a minute and a half at that,
Oh,
but I
okay.
mean it was fast, and I mean it was, and I was just like dude, I've
Did it
never
have a
prayed so much
drop?
before a ride, huh?
Did it have a
Yeah,
drop?
they had a drop on it. It had a big
Oh
drop on it,
yeah.
a big twist, but
Yeah.
the takeoff was probably it was probably about 200 yards just before you hit your just before you hit your first going up. And but it was fast, bro. And I was in row 3, and it was amazing, bro, that I actually had a chance to do that, and just seeing the cars, the Ferrari cars, and everything was just beautiful. You can actually test drive a Ferrari car for $1,000. I said, well, I ain't built like that, so don't even worry about it. But people was test driving it. They would let you drive it, and they would let you take it on the main highway and let you get on
Oh, I don't want to drive one that
it.
bad.
I don't want to drive
I
that
don't want to
much. No,
drive one
I'm
that
good.
bad, man.
Yeah, I don't want to drive
Shoot.
over. I'm like $1,000. I said,
Just
this
give a
picture.
thousand. But you should be able to buy one.
Yeah, just give me a
$1,000 a
$1,000.
test drive.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I don't think I need this bad. I
No,
don't
I
think
ain't
I'm
gonna
at that
spend
place
no.
in my life right now.
I'm
You
not
know,
gonna spend no thousand
I'm not gonna
dollars
spend a
test
thousand
drive.
dollars for
If I was filthy rich, I'm not gonna
it.
spend no
Yeah,
$1,000 test
yeah.
drive no Ferrari.
So you
I'm
get to
not.
drive it for an hour.
Oh no, I'm
Yeah,
not doing
yeah.
that.
That's $1,000 I can use for a lot of different things, big
No,
guy.
I'm not doing
Yeah.
that.
So it was a good weekend. I realized that I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure when I'm going to get back to Abu Dhabi again. So I was like, let me just take advantage of it. And but inside of it is inside the whole. It's an inside theme park, so everything is inside. The only part that's outside is the roller coaster when it goes outside, but then it comes back inside the building. Yeah, so it
Wow.
it it shoots you out of the building outside into the roller coaster. You should go on YouTube and look at it, bro. It's Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi, and it's
They
the
got some
fastest roller
amazing
coaster in the world.
architect over there.
Yeah, I think it's
They got
like it
some
was.
stuff that
Yeah, it's nice, bro. I think it shoots you out at like 6 or 7 Gs. So I mean, it hits you. You see people's faces as soon as they take
man.
off. The faces suck in and everything. So,
I would love
uh,
that. I like roller
so
coasters
yeah,
too.
yeah. So that was a good experience for me, and I'm glad I had the chance to go uh, over there and everything. So, but anyway, just like you were
You had a
saying,
good
Kentucky,
weekend.
it was a good weekend, BC. It was. I didn't get a lot of sleep, but I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay. And like I said, I mean, it was. I can post some pictures and stuff like that on my travel channel. Uh, but it was a good weekend, man. It was just I couldn't take in my camera though. I had my special camera that I wanted to use to get some footage
Mm.
of the game. And going in, it was like, no, you get that right there. You can't take that in. So I
Oh, for
had to leave
real.
it over there. And then they put
Mm.
tape on it. They put tape on my camera, bro, on my case of my camera. And then it's like a little sticker. But then when they give it back to you, then they pull off the sticker. But now my camera is all sticky and stuff because of the tape and stuff. I was like, dude, this ain't cheap, bro. Like I'm like, you want this on my like you want this tape on my camera? And
Yeah.
there was, oh, I'm sorry. No, no, you ain't sorry, bro. Whatever.
Right.
So, but I saw one guy that brought in his GoPro, and I don't know how he got it in. He
He
must
done
have had it
snuck
in
it
his
in.
pants or something. Yeah, he must have had it in his pants or something. But I don't know how he got it through the metal detector, which is scary.
Wow.
That's kind of scary. But anyway, BC, it's good to see you, man. Kentucky did have a football game this week. Uh, I did the post game show, so I haven't really got your thoughts. So, what's your thoughts on the ball game that happened this weekend?
Man, Georgia is a pretty good football team.
Yeah.
They good and hey, it's like I said last week. Georgia is a better football team than we are.
Yeah.
And I like I said, this we have played 5 games, and I think that our guys go out and they play hard, and they played to the finish. They scored there at the end, but we was just outmatched. South Carolina, I think the only difference in that game was South Carolina, the quarterback play. I don't think so. I think if we play South Carolina 10 times, we'll go 5-5. But Georgia is a different animal. They are a better football team than we are. And it's like this, Mike. I know people want Mark Stoops out, and people have their opinions or whatever. People have the right to that. But
Mhm.
Mark Stoops has been an overachiever at Kentucky. And the reason why I
Ooh.
say that is because here's what you have, and it's like Mark Stoops is playing blackjack with $1,000 in his pocket against millionaires. And the
Ooh.
millionaires are Georgia, Texas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Florida, and all the other football schools.
Interesting.
And 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 it's a lot of fans that are expecting him to win.
Yeah.
And it's just in reality, it's not going to happen like that. You can tell who puts all the money on the football field. You can tell who puts all the money on the basketball court. You can tell
Mhm.
you can almost now for the last 2 years, since now players getting paid, you can almost look at the football season and tell who's going to be good in basketball season and tell who's
Okay.
going to be bad in basketball season by the football.
Okay.
So it's if you say, hey, I wanna get rid of Mark Stoops, I want to change the temperature in the room, we need something different. Okay. But no matter who you bring in here, if this is a basketball school, Kentucky. So no matter who you bring in, if basketball's here and football's here and it's the seesaw, I don't care who you bring in. You're not going to be able to compete with those teams. And it's like I said, it's like you're playing blackjack and he's got $1,000 in his pocket. He's playing against millionaires. And Georgia is one of those millionaires. And we got another one coming up, Texas, which is a football school. So it's not like the NFL. It's not like the NFL when you have a bad year and next year's schedule is going to be weaker. We got to play Georgia and Texas and Tennessee and the Alabamas. We don't escape them.
No.
No matter how bad we are, we in the SEC. We don't escape them. So if you're not going to put money into the football program, whether it's equally to basketball or whatever, don't be expecting no playoffs or whatever. What I want to get to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Mark Stoops done overachieved at Kentucky. That's why he got the contract he got.
You see, that's a good point, man. I like how you use that analogy. It is Kentucky football, and what he's done since he's been here has been tremendous. I don't think anyone. I think it's the decline of where the program has gone in the last couple of years, and with a combination of just a few things that might have happened off the field concerning Stoops. I just think a lot of fans, I think I seen a number today, somebody just kind of threw out that maybe 95% of so, and you can comment on that too, about 95% of the fan base has kind of wanted, kind of want Stoops gone, and, I would love me personally to meet the 5% who does it or who's okay with where we at. I think that's those 5%, and just like you said also, people are allowed to feel the way they want to. I love that people have their own thoughts and opinions, which is really, really good. But this is Kentucky, and we know that next week next weekend for Big Blue Madness. Yeah, well, actually, it's this weekend. It's on the 11th. This weekend for Big Blue Madness, we know a lot of people are going to check out football, and they're going to be all in on basketball. So it's just going to happen. But I still want Kentucky football to be good. I don't talk about playoffs or even SEC championships. I just want us to have a consistently winning season, if possible, and I think that's a success in my book, only because it's Kentucky football. If it was Alabama football, just being just having a winning record, could get you fired. You know what I'm saying? Being in Georgia, just being at over 500 will get you fired. Like those kind of behaviors are unacceptable. And but for Kentucky, we have to kind of take what we can get. And if we do need to change the temperature of the program, I can understand that too as well. But I just have to continue just to hope for the best and see what Kentucky football can actually be like moving forward.
And we gotta wait till the end of the year, but it's like Mark Stoops leave. What you gonna get?
Yeah, that's true.
What's the goal?
Yeah.
Are you going to bring somebody in and say, well, we didn't like Mark Stoops, so we're going to give him more money now in the football program? See, here's
Absolutely.
the thing. See, it's not, you don't give Kentucky football more money in football when they're winning.
Yeah.
It's not, if you win, you get more. You give Kentucky more money to get players so that they can win.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
if you don't, like I said, you competing with teams like Georgia, you competing with football schools.
Yeah.
It's just like Georgia playing us in basketball. We're a basketball school, they're a football school.
Yep.
So they're not going to beat us like every year. They beat us last year.
Yeah.
but and Mark Stoops' head was almost, in the guillotine
Yeah.
after that too. Because
Yeah.
Kentucky fans don't expect Georgia to beat us because we're a basketball school and they're a football school. But I don't. What's the goal? If Mark Stoops leave, what's the goal? And who you going to bring in? Because you're not going to get a big time coach. Who you going to get? A big time coach is not going. Big time coaches go to football schools.
Yeah.
Belichick went to North Carolina because he's going to get the money and everything he needs.
Yeah, it's still North Carolina football.
Yeah, North Carolina's a basketball school, but he's going to get the money. That's why he went there. But no big time coach is going to come. Like I said, Mark Stoops overachieved. No big time coach is going to come in and Mark Pope get all the money for basketball, and you're not getting what you want to get for football. Who's doing that? All the big time coaches went from football school to another football school.
That's true. And the same thing applies to basketball. Big time basketball coaches are going to go to basketball. It's going to go to basketball schools because they know.
Yes.
And I like what Kentucky said over here. Kentucky said Mark Stoops and his staff have been set up to fail because they don't have. I mean, we got a new facility.
That's why I said they overachieved.
Yeah. I mean, we got a new facilities. We got a practice facility. We got all this stuff. All this stuff is good, but it's got to be that money has got to be on another level when it comes to players. Don't get me wrong. Alabama got a good facility. Georgia got good facilities. So, you can't just look at, well, we got a good facility. Georgia's got a good facilities. But at the end of the day, as I said on the video that I didn't post, all these programs, they have this. You can't just have the good facilities anymore. You got young men who are not going NFL. They're not going to play football after college. So they are trying to cash in on their money right now. That they're trying to change lives right now considering a lot of these guys might go to enterprise and work after they get out of college playing football. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just being real. So if I can come to college and make in 4 years and make $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 in 4 years, dude, I'm going to where I can make this money because I know that I'm not going to the next level unless there's a drastic change in my game. So I got to get paid now. And because of that, we don't have the money. We don't have the money to really go out there and pay the big time players. Now, maybe if we get another coach in here that I don't know, that that's a football coach, which is I don't know if he will or not. But then he comes in the door and before he signs the contract, he actually goes ahead and says, "This is what I need. Put this in the contract that this is not just me as a coach and what I'm going to make, but do I have the backing for this amount of time to be able to go out?"
Good luck.
Yeah, exactly. Good luck because it's Kentucky football because we're going to make sure that Kentucky basketball has what they need so we can have the team that we need. So, it's just one of those. It's one of those things. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things that,
And we talking Mark Stoops. That's Stoops. Yeah. That name's college football royalty.
It is. So
it's just,
it
is. Man, it is what it is. Like I always say, this is a football school. It's reality.
Basketball school.
I mean, a basketball school, and that's the reality. And coaches make business decisions just like players do.
This is a great point right here. MJ ain't paying the football bills. See what I'm saying? He's going to support his basketball. He's going to support his alma mater in basketball, and that's where the big money's coming at right here. That's MJ's
going to suit him up though. They going to be in Jumpman. They ain't gonna have to
absolutely.
spend no money for no
No,
equipment, none of that.
no, none of that. They're gonna be in the best of the best because they're representing the legacy that he left at North Carolina that he helped build. So, hey BC, I see a lot of stuff over here about basketball, which is not surprising whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you don't watch, I know a lot of you guys watch every show, so let me just kind of just talk about the recruiting part, just briefly or whatever. Basketball season's coming up. We all know that. Um, we um, I brought Jimmy on, and then we brought Leah on. Those two, they talk about basketball and they talk about recruiting. Let me just say that they talk about recruiting really, really heavy. I know me and BC hasn't really talked about the Stokes, which I'm not sure if you know, but Kentucky is in the front runner for Stokes right now, which is a
Mm-hmm.
generational player, and he just signed a Nike deal, which Louisville's not Nike, and I don't
Jesus.
and Kansas or whatever. I don't think Kansas was in the run anyway, but so he's a
Us in
generational player
Oregon, ain't it?
in Oregon. That's yeah. So my man keep it up with recruited. There you go. So I mean, that would be if it's Oregon or Kentucky, I'm coming down to the Kentucky. If we lose if we lose to Oregon in this recruiting, it's money. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
It's money. It ain't because he wants to go play for a good program. He wants to play. That it would just be money. Same thing that AJ that's going out to BYU. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
that good wants to go to BYU. I'm just being real. Unless they're gonna pay you, and they paid him quite a lot of money to go to BYU. Like, yeah, they paid him some money.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my point is, I know a lot of people are talking basketball recruiting. I know Kalen Holt. He's gonna make another visit to March Madness. I know that I saw that earlier today that he really enjoyed the visit, so he's gonna come back for Big Blue Madness. That's a good sign. Um, but one thing that we got to remember, we still got a basketball team, BC, that's
Mm-hmm.
young. That a lot of those guys can come back next year because we're only gonna lose a couple of people because of either the draft or their time is up in college basketball. So we still going to have a great returning team for next year, unless we have guys who just want to transfer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I mean, so Mark Pope doesn't have to necessarily bring in a lot of guys next year, if the other guys will, if they're going to come back and we can build something special because the guys have been in the program more than 1 year. But yeah, I'm seeing that you guys are talking basketball. You guys are talking recruiting. Um, Me and BC, we kind of go a little bit into just a little bit of everything in a sense, but our recruiting shows are Wednesday nights when Jimmy and Leah, those guys, they just kind of go all in. They kind of break that down. So we want you to watch our Monday night show as well too. So don't get me wrong, but if it's the recruiting part, uh, definitely tune in on Wednesday nights with Jimmy and Leah because those guys they follow this night and day. And I have too much going on, and unfortunately, I don't really have the time uh, to really watch and see all the things going on with recruiting. And that doesn't mean that me and BC doesn't love recruiting or doesn't love Kentucky basketball because I'm ready for basketball the same way BC is. But Jimmy and Leah, those guys, they both do that well, and they follow it to the T. So that's why if it's not a lot of recruiting talk right now, that's because I don't want to steal. Otherwise, I don't want to steal their thunder. And otherwise, if we're going to talk about recruiting on tonight's show, then I wouldn't have to have on Jimmy and Leah per se, so they can talk recruiting. So it's not that we're not ignoring you guys who are talking about basketball. I just don't want to steal Jimmy and Leah's thunder because this is what they put so much time and energy into doing. So I want those guys to shine at what they do, and I want them to get the acknowledgement of what they put so much time and energy into, so they can talk about basketball. And so, well, I mean, we'll talk about basketball, but the recruiting side of the house, Jimmy and Leah, they do a good job at that. So I don't want to steal. I don't want to steal their thunder, and I want them to be able to get the rewards of being able of doing it. So don't take it personally if we're not talking. And I understand Stokes, we should be, and you know what, BC, to be honest with you, bro, I thought about leading off with Stokes only
Mm-hmm.
because I understand the significance of getting Stokes here at Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
And people say that Stoops that Mark Pope can't land a big fish. This right here would signify that Mark Pope could get the really really big fish because I mean he's gonna be number one draft next year unless something changes because he's that dude.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so what's your thoughts on recruiting? Because I know you don't really watch recruiting a whole lot neither as well. So kind of what's your thoughts on recruiting here at Kentucky?
You know what? It has changed a little bit since Cal's left,
Okay.
and plus college basketball has changed with money and all that. Man, I don't get into recruiting that much. Like I said, it's not my expertise. That's why we have Jimmy and Leah for that. But I just want to get players in here that want to play defense and want to ball, man.
Yeah.
That's my thing. That's like I always say, I know what we got when we start wrapping presents.
In
And
December, huh?
yeah, about around, mid-December, I know what we
Yeah,
got. But
absolutely.
it's kind of a fine line with me, Mike. I love football. I love basketball. I
Yeah,
love baseball. I love anything Kentucky, man. If if
I got
if
you.
it's if it's polo or or ping pong and a
Yeah,
person's got a Kentucky jersey, I'm rooting for them. The Kentucky people are always in my heart, whether they go pro. I'm a Kentucky. You cut me, I bleed blue. I was born a Kentucky fan,
absolutely.
but it's just it's tough because, like I said, it's a basketball school. This is still football season. We're only 5 games in.
Yeah.
and
No,
and that's one of the reasons you think why would some of these guys want to come to Kentucky to play football?
yeah,
That's one of the things you have to think about. Why would top recruits want to come to Kentucky and play football when we're 5 games in and what you say 95% of the fans is like, man, like, we ready for basketball.
yeah.
I'm ready for basketball too, but I still love them guys on the gridiron
Oh,
as well.
absolutely. Yeah.
So, but recruiting, it's not my thing.
It's a beast, man. I mean, the fall. I mean, and I've always said this to Jimmy and Leah and everyone else who follows recruiting, and I get it. It's Kentucky basketball, so people, that's you can do a video, you can just do a video on here, and it's cool. You know,
Mhm.
the numbers on this show have been drastically down, I guess, because it is football season. But if you talk recruiting the views just kind of really go
Yeah,
up and
yeah,
because I
especially
mean
if it's basketball.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, because I mean we don't get the big splash guys in football to really have a let's talk football recruiting because we're going to get the number one center or the number one running back in the nation. That's just not happening here at UK. So when you talk basketball recruiting, you know people
Yeah.
people buckle up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? People set it a little different. People
Hmm.
lean in, to what's going on with
Yeah.
Kentucky basketball recruiting, and and I apply those guys who every single thing that goes on with Kentucky football, with basketball, especially recruiting. I mean, that's a night and day thing,
Hmm.
and I think the winning part of it is when they've been following a particular player for so long. I'm talking about maybe a couple of years, and then when they finally commit to Kentucky, it's like all your hard work of following this one individual, it
Hmm.
pays off just in a matter of seconds. I want to play basketball at Kentucky. And then you could be like, oh, okay, all this time that I just spent studying and watching and listening and just up at middle of the night looking through my phone to see any
Hmm.
updates, it pays off for you. So me and Jimmy has talked about this too as well. And I always say with Jimmy, when we get a recruit that Jimmy has been following and Leah that we've been following for a long that they've been following for a long time, I always tell Jimmy, congratulations to you because you have been following this guy for so many years, and now you get the chance to say it wasn't in vain that I spent all these, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and I think that's the same thing with that's going to be a really big day when Stokes, if he commits to Kentucky. A lot of people have been following his path
Mm-hmm.
for so long, and for him to say I'm going to Kentucky, it's just like yes. But here's the thing with Kentucky basketball when it comes to recruiting, BC, is that once we get Stokes to say yes, you enjoy that for a moment, and then you on to the next player. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it's just one of those things. But I definitely did. Stokes' birthday is October. When is he announcing? I don't think he's announcing. I didn't know his birthday was. See what I'm saying? Did you know his birthday was October the 12th? No, I didn't
Nah.
know.
Hey, man. Hey,
I'm
it's
not
not.
even gonna lie to you,
Hey,
bro.
it's not my lane, man.
Yeah, I
Hey, I stay in my lane.
yeah,
I
and I
listen to
think
the
that
people who I listen to Jimmy and Leo. I
yeah.
want to know about recruiting.
Yeah, absolutely. I do too. So, but they know all that stuff. They know what they had for breakfast 2 weeks
Mm-hmm.
ago. That's it. And and I don't. But basketball season's coming up. Because BC, I'm pretty sure you can speak to this too. When after Big Blue Madness, basketball
Mm-hmm.
season's here.
Mm-hmm.
Once they open up the gym, and even before they even come out on the floor, once they open up the gym, and people start coming in for for Big Blue Madness, basketball is here, bro. There's like
Mm-hmm.
basketball until after March, and I think that's the joy of it right there. This is uh, Wildcat Mania. Hey Otis, good to see you, man. Thank you. So I know who that is now too. Between Bengals and UK football, I'm ready for basketball. Bengals ain't doing too good this year, huh? I hadn't really had.
Joe Burrow's out.
Oh, he got hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's a wrap. Let's go ahead and get ready for Cincinnati basketball. I guess. I guess I don't know win or lose. Should give it loyalty to our team. Love all UK sports. Hey, Linda, how you doing? Thanks for joining in as well too. Win or lose, we should give a loyalty to our team. Love all UK sports. I think that's kind of what you're getting at UK. I mean, not UK. BC is that UK. Let's just say that I'm sleepy. Okay, yeah. I have a quick. BC, can you see my eyes, bro? Because I can't see my eyes, bro. Can you see my eyes?
Yeah. If I'm
Because
trying to see him, I can.
it's there we go. So if I'm doing this, if I'm putting my glasses back and forth on, it's so I can read some comments. So forgive me for that. But I can't see my eyes, and it bothers me, BC. Like people can say you can tell a lot about a man if you can see what his eyes are doing. But I can't see my eyes. So
Yeah. If they don't know him, but everybody knows you.
I know, bro, but when I look at it, it's like it's yeah,
Everybody on here know you, man.
yeah, but then I can see myself. There you go. I just can't see my eyes, but that's I can see you, BC. I just can't see the comments over. So if Big Mike is doing this all night long, don't be mad at me, okay? Because I want to get you guys involved. Someone asked earlier about my shirts. Let me just throw it. BC, I want to start talking. I want to kind of promoting. I want to. I want to promote my merch a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
Why am I so nervous to do that for, bro? Why am I like saying, okay, don't?
Because you are a humble guy and you think that promoting your merch is a bad thing.
I do. I'll be like, okay, nobody comes on here, to hear about. Of course, it's not the whole show. Just maybe a little segment. But I told myself a couple of weeks ago, hey man, you need to start having a segment to start talking about your merch a little bit more. But I'm like, nah, that's okay,
So
Big Mike. Don't do that.
it's only about a 2 or 3 minute thing. You
Yeah, I'm
just
like, nah.
talk about your merch. Hey, this blah blah
Yeah,
blah, and
yeah,
then that's what
yeah.
you got
So
merch,
yes,
man. If you got merch, man, how you gonna sell it? If you That's like Tommy Hilfiger got
yeah,
Tommy Hilfiger, but he ain't trying to promote
he ain't trying to promote it.
it.
BC, you know what? Mute yourself,
You gonna
okay?
mute me? I ain't gonna mute.
Mute yourself. Hey, I just want to say, Anyway, I do have my merch. It's on my website. Which if you go to the YouTube page, as soon as you go, not you, yeah, YouTube page, it's at the top of the page for you'll see the page. Now I know that you only see the shirts, you see a couple of hats or whatever, but if you click on it, it'll take you to the website and all the prices is on there. I'm going to create a discount code, so
Oh,
I'm gonna do that today. I
nice.
do it. Yeah, I can go create a discount code, and I will post that code here. Just give me to after because I won't be able to do it as soon as the show goes off, but I'll be able to do it on my phone at work, and then I will post that by the end of you guys. It's Tuesday. It'll be up. Okay, so but it is a website for that. This is one of the shirts that you can get on it, and any support that you guys could go purchase your gear or whatever. Your own merchandise is a great idea. I do. I mean, and so I just at times I guess I'm too humble, and I'm just like my wife was like, you don't talk about you don't talk about your hats or your merch. I wear it, but I don't really talk about it. So I know I know Leah has gotten people to buy it. So big shout out to Leah for that. Leah, she talks about it. I guess I talk about my own stuff too as well. But it's nothing like having somebody else talk about it. That makes a big deal. But yeah, BC, I'm not to get off. We got a bye week this week, so I guess it's safe to talk heavy on basketball because that's where we're going. And I know that you kind of wait until December until we
well,
wrapping presents,
well,
and I like that comment.
that's when I get to know the feel of the team, how the team's going to gel with the players we got.
Okay,
That's when I know. I'm gonna when Kentucky tips it up, I'm gonna be watching basketball. I'm just gonna be watching football Saturday nights, and I'm gonna be
yeah,
watching basketball.
I got you.
But I would know what we got by around December. I don't like to come out and say, hey, we're gonna be doing this, our record's gonna be this, we're gonna be a Final Four team with it. I like to see with my own eyes
Okay,
before I go there. So background when we wrapping presents, I'll be able to tell you where we going at. Like I told you last year, before we went the SEC play, I said, hey, don't panic. We'll probably lose about 8 or 9 games in the SEC by what I see.
yeah.
So, but
Well,
when they tip off, I'm gonna be watching it, of course.
I, I'm particularly excited to see. I watched a video of John Hammond. He sent me a video of the. Thanks John Hammond too as well, for sending me that video. He sent me a video of an Ortega interview, a short interview.
Hmm.
And bro, look, I got to start working on media pass. Like, bro, I really want to get media passes. I think you got to like do it like a week before the ball game, and
Hmm.
because of certain teams, they like the media passes. They already give out so many, but I can't get a media pass if I'm here anyway. So I got to be home for that. Just let that just I say that for what it is. But anyway, I got to get media passes, bro. I would love to go and as a media pass and hang it around my neck. But anyway, he sent me John sent me a video um, of Ortega, and the first thing he mentioned of the video was not offense, not him scoring, not everybody scoring the basketball, but the intensity of Kentucky basketball is going to be at a very high level this year. How important do you think that is to this team for us to be that great going down the stretch, or even going into wrapping presents and getting into the SEC?
Well, the most important thing is to have that chemistry
Okay,
from top to bottom
got you.
going into the last 2 weeks of the season.
Okay, yeah,
It's having a good flow throughout and try to stay consistent throughout the year. But where you want to be really good at is those last 2 weeks before you go into SEC play.
okay,
That's when you want to be on chemistry. That's when you want to start gelling. That's when you know what everybody can do, who you can lean on, what the rotation is. That's where you want to be at. But I'm just, my main focus is our defense. I'm not concerned about the offense.
Yeah.
It's the defense. I would love to be top 5 defensive team in the country. That's where I want to be at.
Do you of course, we still gotta wait and see. We still gotta wait and see what UK is like, just like you mentioned too as well, which is why I love having you on here. First of all, we don't agree, and I don't like what you say most of the time. But you should just mute yourself the whole show. Just say, "Hey guys, what's going on?" I'm gonna mute BC for the rest of the show. But I like the fact, dude. If we can find a way to gel, between now and between mid to late December and getting ready for SEC play, I think that's so. My question to you is could this be a year that we have enough guys, just looking at it from your perspective right now and just kind of thinking about what we are supposed to have on the team this year? Are we a team that you feel like maybe we have enough guys that we can press the whole ball game?
I would love to see press the whole ball game.
Yeah.
I would love to see teams come in and be like terrified.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be pressing every made bucket. I would love to see that, man. That would you just don't understand, like when you're pressing and you getting turnovers, and it's just a whole new feeling, man, than half court defense. And people are terrified just the presence of being there when a person takes the basketball out and you're a point guard and you looking like, hey, they gonna press us the whole game.
Not the whole game.
We gonna be doing this the whole game. Then another 5 or 4 or 3 come back in, then 2 more come back in, then 3 more come, and the guy that's guarding you, it's the third person that's guarding you, and he's fresh. And you like, man, hold on. I would love to see that, man.
Hey, and you looking over at the bench on your team and like, Coach, can I get a break?
Yeah.
And he's looking down the bench. He's like, well, I ain't got nobody to replace you with.
Yeah, this is the third guy that's been pressing me. What we doing here?
I think this is.
I would love to see that. That's Mike. That's my focus is defense, man. If you are a good defensive team, you can stay in and win a lot of ball games.
Yeah,
you can.
I think so too.
Because if shots not falling and the offense is not doing too good, you can rely on that defense, man, to get you. That defense can get you going. That defense, you getting buckets and steals off the defense, man. It's another feeling, man. It's like getting a pick six in football. It's just another feeling, man.
Yeah. Y'all want that? Charles says, "Is this?" I think that's another Charles. I don't think that's not my brother because I know
Charlie Green.
No, I don't think it's. Yeah, I think it's another Charles. Let me make sure. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, y'all want that 96 back? I see.
Yeah, Charles. You already know, man. Yeah. Yes.
I don't know if you saw, but Coach Pope said that they are going to wear the denim uniforms, but they're probably going to wear them more than once this year. Do you like the denim uniforms?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like those.
I want to go back. I know people ain't gonna like this. I want to go to the checkerboard.
Hey, one game. Cool about one game. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't get overzealous, okay?
One game.
Well, hey, wear that against Georgetown at the beginning of the year, and then put them in the back of the closet.
Man,
somebody said that. Somebody said that shouldn't be. Yeah, what's that?
I done got over exhibition stuff.
Yeah, so that shouldn't be one too. I wish that. Right here, Chris says, "I I wish that Georgetown game wasn't a practice game. I wish that was for real. But the
Hey,
Warriors,
you know what, Chris? The Georgetown game, I don't mind that being an exhibition game. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind. It's the Purdue game, who Purdue's going to be probably number 1 in the nation, and we playing them in an exhibition game. That's what I can't stomach. That's what's making me upset and mad is the Purdue game is an exhibition game. When do Kentucky play exhibition games when teams are in the top 10? When does that happen?
And they might be top 2 when the season starts. So that's strange. I get it.
Yes, it's strange. It's really strange. Georgetown, we play them exhibition all day long. They're not the Georgetown of the 80s.
Yeah.
Hey. They ain't got no AIs and Mornings and Reggie Williams over there.
With the towel across the towel across the
They ain't like that no more.
They ain't like that. So
they ain't been like that for a while.
Yeah, they ain't been like that for a long time. So, bro, I even got my own little mouse pad, bro.
Look at that. Yeah. There you go.
So can't really see it because I don't bring it up, but take a look at it, guys. There you go. Yeah. So I'm just, that is, and now with NBA preseason, when NBA preseason basketball starts, that lets me know that basketball is on the horizon, and so that's always a good thing. I'm just happy, man, that that basketball is. And I think baseball got a big one. Well, I'm not sure if that was a real game or if it was a scrimmage or what. But I think they put up 26 runs this weekend on West Virginia. I think it was. I'm not sure if you saw that. So so as they say, the bats were swinging. I guess that's how they say it. And if you guys don't know it, BC could play some baseball. BC could play some baseball. Bro. So BC was an athlete. He didn't dabble too much in football, but basketball and baseball. BC, BC, man, y'all had Tyrus, y'all had D. Spencer, y'all had y'all had a squad, bro.
Had a will, Big Spence,
bro. Y'all, you had Chet, bro.
Jermaine Chapman, and this,
y'all had a whip, bro. Like that was something different. That was a different. I'm surprised none of you guys made it to the league, bro. That's crazy. I'm like, hey, I know him. Who played basketball? At Cosby's house.
gotta have a different mindset to get that league. It all starts up here. You can have all the talent in the world, but if it ain't up there. You always say, if I know what I know now, I would have been in the league, either basketball, baseball, something.
So you was that dude, bro. You was good. Kentucky's having a fan fest noon at 4:30 at Saturday. 4:30 Saturday is free to the public, meet players and coaches. So make sure if you didn't know about that, if you're going to be in the Lexington area, make sure that you guys are going to the Fan Fest at I think it's noon to 4:30 Saturday, and it's free to the public. So when you see free, that means go.
Yeah,
go. You get
free
to meet the
always
players.
good.
Yeah. If somebody can get me a signed autograph, I appreciate it as well. One thing that I want to see out of the basketball team this year, we saw what Butler meant to the team last year, and we know that over the past few years at Kentucky, one thing that we consistently have is really, really good point guards. If Lowe, do you think that so as Lowe goes, so as the team goes?
No, I think he's just part. I don't think he's the engine.
Okay,
but I think he doesn't have to come out and be like spectacular. He's just got to be a floor general, get everybody where they supposed to be, handle the ball, no turnovers, and get people the shots. And if it's if he's called up on to score, one game or something, if that's the requirement. But we got enough thoroughbreds that he can just go out and just be like a Greg Anthony or Bobby Hurley, just control the pace of the game and be that point guard.
I think so too. And one thing that I said when we got him is, some people said, well, he shoots the ball too much, or his shooting is not all that great, or his shooting percentage is not all that great. And that's the thing about what you just mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
DC, is that since Jalen Lowe is here at Kentucky, and he has at Pitt, he was the guy. He was the
Mm-hmm.
option. He was option 1, 2, and 3. Here at Kentucky this year, he doesn't have to be, he doesn't have to take 10 shots a ball game because the
Mm-hmm.
people that he has around him. And if he can stay within the game plan of what he's supposed to be doing and his role and not try to do so much. I mean, we saw last year now, maybe Amari Williams was just a different case because he was a big and he can bring the ball up the court at any given time. I wonder, I wonder how much Garrison or other bigs may be called up on. Not a lot, huh? It ain't gonna happen.
No,
So
not this year.
not this year.
That happened because we lost. We lost like 2 point guards, and we lost. Um,
Robinson.
No, not Robinson. The other kid.
Who transferred out?
Well, we had Perry, but we had the other kid. What was his name?
No, both of them transferred out.
Kerr.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost him. So we lost our guards, our point guards. So Mark Pope had to go to a point center.
Yeah.
Because when you go to a point center, the center's not going to get as much pressure on him like a point guard would.
Okay.
Because you playing back off of him because you like, oh, this center's not going to shoot from out here. So he's able to see and run the offense better and get the passes going. Yeah. So he had to go to that. But this year, no. No, he ain't saying none of that.
Yeah. I think we have enough guys that can control the basketball from the aspect of bringing it up the court and getting things going. And of course, when Jalen sets down, then we know we still got somebody on the bench that can come in and do the same thing. In his second year at Kentucky, do you expect to see, which they already talking about Trent Noah a lot, do you expect to see a big sophomore jump for him?
I hope so.
He's put on some weight. Yeah.
Like I said, everybody looks good at the beginning of the year before you play a game. Everybody looks good. But yeah, I hope he makes a big jump, man. I hope he does. It would be good for him and the state of Kentucky. But we'll see.
And of course, we got Jasper Johnson coming in. And it's
who's a stud.
But I don't think he's going to start though, bro.
He might not start.
Yeah.
We talked about that, but
yeah.
He going to finish.
Hopefully. I mean, but when it comes to guys finishing ball games, BC, do you believe that the guys who finish the ball game are the 5 who had the strongest ball games? Who had the strongest ball game for this particular game? Because from game to game, a lot of things can foul trouble, all this. Well, I mean, if it's 2 minutes left in the ball game, and if it's a 1-point game, then you got to think about who can be on the floor if it's a close game for shooting free throws, who's on the floor because we need to get a stop. It's this is where we really like Mark Pope to be a really, really, really smart basketball coach and not get out coached down the stretch of a ball game, to have the right key personnel in for what the occasion. We're up 2 points, so we know we're gonna get fouled because they're going to extend the ball game. So I need to have my best 5 free throw shooters in the ball game, and I need to have 1 or 2 guys that can go get that rebound too, as well too, to give us an opportunity to shoot it. So for me, of course, I want to say that it's probably not going to be the same 5 every single ball game who finishes the ball game. And a lot of people says it's not about who starts, it's about who finishes. So I look forward to seeing in different scenarios what we're looking at to be able to close the game out, to win or to keep it, or to find a way to take the lead in order to win the ball game. So I always look forward to see who's those guys that's going to be in the ball game that has had the best ball game for this game, that that should be finishing the ball game, and who has ice in the veins that can go down the stretch and be able to hit a clutch free throw to make sure that we can win a ball game. So that's something that I always pay attention to as well.
Well, like I said, come December, then on into
Yeah,
January. See, I know it's easy to get caught up in the rankings and everything,
yeah,
being
yeah,
number one, being in the top 25 and all that.
yeah,
But the most important thing that's essential in basketball is, like I said, having that chemistry down the stretch
yeah,
at getting towards the end of the race when you're coming around that corner of the stretch before you
yeah,
go into SEC basketball. Just like you said, the players look at each other in the locker room and they know that's who we want out there.
yeah,
I want him. I don't. I could be out there during the game, but at the end
yeah,
of the game, I want him out there because he better than me.
yeah.
Players do that. They talk like that. That's why I say it's players. It gets down to a point where you'll know who your closer is. The players
Okay.
will know who the closer is.
Yeah,
You'll know that because pressure busters a water pipe, man.
I guess it does.
His players gonna be
Yeah,
looking at each other like, well, he's that dude.
yeah.
He's that dude. So they gonna know, man.
And, and that all comes in with players. If you're here to really win ball games,
Mm-hmm.
then you can then uh, you can be at what's the word I'm looking for. You can be comfortable with being able to say,
Just
I'm a
take
good ball player. Yeah, yeah, I'm a good
just
ball
taking
player. Yeah,
it's just sitting back and saying, hey man, you the guy.
yeah,
Just like you stay in your lane. It doesn't
that's
mean
it.
you might not go to the next level or
Yeah.
anything,
Hmm.
but you stand in your lane. And because if you don't, those things like that can tear down a basketball team, especially if you
Yeah.
deep as what we are.
Yeah. I think so too, and I think that makes a really really big difference when you have players who know, look, I'm playing for something bigger than myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I got guys. At the end of the day, if I'm not in the game and we win the SEC championship,
Mm-hmm.
I get a ring too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we win a national championship, I get a ring too. It's like what can I do? What's my role on this team? And once I understand my role really, really well, then I want to go out and I want to perfect my role. I want to leave those last minute shots to dudes like Ortega or somebody like that who I know has been in this pressure before, who can deliver the goods when the game is on the line. That's not it's just like having a calling, BC. I understand
Yeah.
what my calling is. You know what I'm saying? And that maybe taking that last shot, maybe not my is not my calling, but I think it's his calling because he's built like that, and I'm not. But if he can hit that last shot, then we all win.
Well, I'm 48 years old. I can say that now, but the goal is to get 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 year olds to
Yeah,
buy into that.
yeah,
And that's what, Mark Pope's that's the one of the main things is defense and getting everybody, on one accord.
yeah. And I think but getting everybody on one accord, as you said, putting those egos outside
Mm-hmm.
and understanding what my role is. How can I help this team be better? I mean, you look at Denzel. He came off the bench for Florida last year, and he played his role good. Now we all know that the. I mean, if we're being real, we know why Florida won a national championship is because I think his name was Martin. I think that's his name. I don't want to forget the kid's name.
Who?
Um,
Talking
their
about
main
Junior?
player.
Talking
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Clayton
yeah, yeah,
Jr.?
yeah, yeah. What was his last
Yeah,
name?
he was part of it.
Yeah, yeah,
Clayton
yeah,
Jr., wasn't it?
yeah, yeah. Clayton Jr. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was Clayton, but yeah, we know.
Yeah,
I mean, but let's be real.
he's big
Getting
time.
getting getting to the Final Four. A lot of those, they don't win some of those games if Clayton don't step up and bring Florida back
Mhm.
and make some big time shots. Yes, the
And
team. Yes,
and like I said, everybody on that team knew, hey, that's the guy.
Yeah.
See, everybody in D1 can play basketball.
Yeah.
Everybody can't say they play D1 basketball. Everybody in D1 can play basketball.
Absolutely.
But it's still, oh, that's the guy right there.
Yeah.
Florida, he's the guy. They got a bunch of good players, but he's the guy.
He's the guy. And everybody was like, please win the ball game for us. And everybody understood that. And he had a deliverable attitude. And he knew that if the ball can come in my hand, then we got a chance. And everybody around here was like, it was like hot potato with the basketball. You pass it to me, not at all. No.
Pressure
Get it to Mark.
Pipe,
so get it to Clayton. Exactly, man. It's like I don't want this. Some people don't want that. Some people don't want that heat, and then some people do. And of course, Ortega's already been proven that he wants that heat, and he'll deliver. But now, even if Ortega can't get the ball in his hand, because believe me, teams know we got to try to keep the ball out of his hand as much as possible. Down the stretch, or this guy, he'll make us pay. So long as we have 2 to 3 guys that understand that if you put the ball in my hands, I'm comfortable with taking that last. Not everybody can be a Jordan. Jordan wants the ball in his hand.
I think we have about 2 or 3 guys like that.
Yeah, I
really
think so too. And
I'm talking about like can get their own shot. I think we got everybody that if they got a wide open shot, they'll be able to knock it down. They can do some still. I think we got some Steve Kerr guys that they get wide open. But I'm talking about the guy that you put the ball, he got to put it on the floor, either get himself a shot or get somebody else an open shot. I think we have a couple though. I think we have about 2 or 3 of those this year. From what I'm thinking. But like I said, when we're wrapping Christmas presents, I'll be able to tell you.
You'll be able to tell me. Oh, and I agree with what Chris. He's kind of piggyback off what you were saying. Is yes, but this year we have options. We have options this year, and I think that's the good thing. And I like that we have guys that don't mind going to the rim. Now, Brandon Garrison, if you're watching, give me 10 rebounds, dog. Okay, just give me 10. Okay, hey, you can give me 2 and 10, and I'll be satisfied with it.
He's gonna have a good year, Mike.
He's gonna exactly.
He's gonna be a double guy. He's gonna do 10 points, 10 rebounds. I think he's gonna have a good year.
I'm there with you on that. How good it? Go ahead.
It makes a big difference because look what he's going against in practice. It makes a big difference when, like, you can make me better.
Yes.
If we play in a game and you're really good and I'm a good player, but just because you're really good, you can make me better. Because the focus can be on you, like double team people, you a score, and I can just sneak in and get rebounds and get putbacks. So you can make me better. That's the thing. That's what's so wonderful about sports. Especially football, which is one of the if one chain's messed up in football, it'll throw the whole thing off.
Yep.
But you can make me better. And I think BG is going to have one of those years where he's cleaning up a lot of stuff. And a lot of teams might not be as focused on him, but I think he's going to be an enforcer. I think he's going to have a good year.
I think we have a team where, because we're so deep, and this is just from the outside looking in, we haven't saw him play against an opponent yet. But I think this is one of those teams where, as an opposing coach, like your coaching job just got harder because you got to prep for 3 different levels of Kentucky basketball, because 1 through 15 ain't gonna play a whole lot. In a sense, or let me say this, 8 through or 9 through 15 might not play a whole lot, but because of the talent that they have, and look, I mean, everybody's looking at Reese Potter has probably been the 15. Of course, we got walk-ons now, so so let's just say he's player 13, 1 through 13, besides the 2 walk-ons or whatever. So when you look at 1 through 13, the coaches, they got to prep, because people are saying like, okay, maybe Potter or Hawthorne, maybe 13 or 12 or 13. But both of those dudes can play basketball. And Potter, being already done played D1 basketball for a year at Ohio, he's already played against some good competition. Like coaches, opposing coaches are going to have to say, okay, for our scouting report, like we really got a scout for 13 people every single ball game, because at any given night, any of these guys can come in and have a good ball game. So we got to look at the whole bigger picture instead of saying, okay, I'm a coach and I only got to be like, okay, they probably only gonna play 9 people tonight. So here's a scouting report on 9 people. Now you got to count through 1 through 13 every single night, and I think that's the advantage that we have.
Yeah, I think early on we're gonna see at least 13 players play,
Yeah,
at least early on, because
yeah,
Mark Pope Mark Pope knows you can't win a national championship in December and January.
yeah,
He knows that. A lot of fans don't, but he knows that. Losing is the ingredient for you to get better. Winning is the ingredient so that you can stay better.
yeah.
So like I said, the goal is to continue to get better. It's not about, going undefeated. It's not about, you know, winning 30 plus games. The goal is to have that chemistry defensively, offensively, and be gelling where you just going out there and teams hate playing you.
Yeah.
That's why I hope we get it. And we got chemistry and knowing, you know, guys knock down shots, guys can get to the bucket, the score, make their own shots and rebounding. It's all the fundamental things.
And I'm looking forward to seeing the the progress from day one to day two,
Mm-hmm.
and so forth. And I look forward to getting through the non-conference schedules. Um, are we going to take some bruises? Are we going to take some losses during the non-conference? I can sit here and I can be I can sit here and I can say that Kentucky's not going to take any bruises.
Mm-hmm.
Last thing, BC, I made I made a prediction earlier in the summer, when the non-conference schedule came out. I did like a little
Mm-hmm.
quick video, and people really laughed at me. And I didn't necessarily, and this like kind of goes with Ronald right here. How good is Louisville? I said if because Louisville's going to be good this year.
Mm-hmm.
I said if Louisville was going to beat us, the only advantage is that they're playing at home, and that because they got a good team. If they was going to find a way to beat us, it would just be for that one reason, not necessarily that overall Louisville's better than Kentucky. I
Mm-hmm.
just, I couldn't go on there and say, well, here's our non-conference schedule. Kentucky's going to beat everybody in the video.
Mm-hmm.
It cannot be like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. And I love Kentucky basketball, and I want Kentucky to always beat Louisville. I want them to always beat Michigan State. I want them to win every non-conference game every single year. But let's be real, it's not going to happen. So for me to come on here and just say Kentucky's going to go 40-0 in the video, you guys have a good day. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. And I was just kind of giving my thoughts, but people really bashed me for that. They
Mm-hmm.
like, are you crazy? Like, I'm probably gonna unfollow you because of that. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, if you're gonna unfollow me just because I'm giving my preseason thoughts, no problem. Have a good day, big guy. God bless. I'm not gonna get in a shouting match with you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My light bills are still being paid, so I'm okay. You know what I mean? But just really looking at it, really, and even going to play Michigan. I think we're playing Michigan State in Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm.
We might take one on the chin for that one. I don't know.
Might.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a possibility. So I just can't just come on here and just as what do they say? Take off the blue goggles. I got to take that off, and I got to just kind of look at things um, realistically sometimes, and just says you guys gonna take some bruises. You guys gonna take these losses, and just because they take a loss in early in early November or late October or something like that, the season's not over. It
Yeah.
just we it just means we got outplayed that night.
Yeah.
Let's see how we finish the non-conference schedules, and then let's see how we roll into SEC play. Because I think our first SEC game, if somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, it's on the road at Alabama. So that first game, can we be ready for that? And you got Noah, you got BG, you got You got Ortega. These guys know that we just got spanked by Alabama last year. They remember. So these
Mm-hmm.
guys are ready to go on the road to Alabama, and we're gonna see what they can do. And we got Mo D going back to Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
to play. So this is gonna be an exciting game for us to really see. Okay, and I want to win. It's time for us to get back to winning that the SEC championship. The regular season. It's that time. And I think this year, if we can find a way to get past Florida, because Florida's going to be good, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to be naive and say, well, Florida's not going to. No, Florida's going to be good
Yeah.
this year.
They
Let's
they're
call a
gonna be
spade
they're
a
gonna be
spade.
good.
Yeah, they're going to be good. So let's call a spade, and it is what it is. So we're going to take some bruises. So I'm not going to just say Kentucky's going to go 40. Matter of fact, I kind of hate when people say we're going to go 40-0.
Mm.
We had our chance to go 40-0. Wisconsin ruined that. I don't know when we'll see that again. That was a special year. I don't know
Well,
when
you
we'll see
see,
that again.
well, it's like I said, it's about getting better throughout the year, and every coach
Yeah,
knows that. It's
yeah,
becoming consistent. Repetition is the father of learning. You're not going to win a national championship in December or January. I know those polls. The people look at them. I want to be number one. We want to be number three. We want to be in the top five.
yeah.
That doesn't mean nothing. I came on here and even said I don't even care what we seeded at in the NCAA tournament. It's going out there and playing.
Yep.
That's what it's all
Yeah.
about. When that ball's tipped, it don't matter where you're seated or whatever. When that ball tipped, it's a whole nother level.
It is. Yep. And that's why you see teams who barely get in at number 15 or whatever it is, and they're jumping up and down and excited. And I understand that these teams, if you're 15 or whatever teams,
Because you
you're
got
not
a
Kentucky.
chance.
But you hear your name and your name gets called. And because of that, there's a chance. And when the ball goes up, you know, the last couple of years, and throughout the history of the NCAA tournament, it's smaller seeded schools that knock off big schools. So
They the
so it
most
happens.
dangerous teams,
You
man.
know what I'm saying? It
They
happens.
they ain't got nothing to
So
lose.
they ain't got nothing to lose, bro. And that's
Most
those are
dangerous
the
teams.
most those are dangerous teams when you look at that for
Yes,
real.
sir.
As well too. So those are definitely
They
dangerous
playing with
teams.
house money, man.
Absolutely, they ain't got nothing to lose. If we lose, guess what? We weren't supposed to win no way. So let's just go
Exactly.
ahead and let's go ahead and let it hang out. Enjoy the moment, live in the moment, and
Yeah.
that team, that number one team, number two team that you're playing, they're already looking past this team and saying, look, this is who we got to get. So we got them. Oh, we gonna win this game for real.
That's
And
why you got that's
almost
why you got fry those small fish, man. You can't let them hang around.
for real. 2027, they're looking to expand to 76 in the tournament. So that means we got a chance to get all 16 teams in the in the tournament.
Man, they're always trying to do it. People get bored, don't they?
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, I was
Yeah,
trying to do something, man.
gotta do something.
I know what it is. It's the money. It's
It's
the
the
money.
oh,
It's the money.
it really
I,
is the
I
money.
can't I can't knock people trying to make money.
Uh,
Even though we need to keep it, I think
yeah,
we need to keep it 64,
yeah,
but I can't knock people trying to make money.
yeah. So it is what it is. So that's the sorry about that. Not sure what I did. I was trying to put that up. Oh, I gotta do this. Um, So that's the link, which is in the comments. That's the link to the store for the merch. I appreciate you guys jumping on tonight. It really means a lot to me. If you haven't hit the like button already, please go hit the like button. It does a lot for the show. Um, BC, it's always a pleasure to uh, um, to have you come on here with me on Monday nights, man, and do a show. It's so much fun. I like to just be quiet and just listen to you talk. So appreciate you, dude. Hit the shot, dog. Don't forget recruiting heavy on Wednesday night with Jimmy and Leah. Those guys, they will especially since March Big Madness is coming up, recruiting visitors, all this kind of stuff. Please tune in please tune in on Wednesday nights for that. Jimmy and Leah will be talking about that too as well. Leah will be producing her second show as well. We got to get Jimmy caught up, and then
Mhm.
and then and then Jimmy. Uh, that's those guys will be doing all of that as well. But hey, thank all you guys for tuning into the show. It always is a pleasure. It makes getting up at midnight easy because I know I get to hang out with you guys. And this midnight stuff has an expiration date, I should say. Okay, so I'll just leave it at that. The midnight has an expiration date of when I might be home to actually be able to do shows like regular folk. But until then, we're gonna keep going live. We're gonna keep having videos, and we're gonna keep hanging out with you guys. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Big Mike. My man BC's right here with me. It's always a pleasure.